Today I want to talk about uh, unusual topic is addictions. We all are dealing with addictions. Cigarette addiction, alcohol addiction, social media addiction. It doesn't matter what kind of addiction it is. We all know how hard it is to stop doing something that you know is bad for you, but it brings you pleasure, right? It brings you some like endorphins, or I don't know how it's called. It doesn't matter. But there is one specific type of addiction that I feel like many people has and they don't realize it, or have, I don't know. Is addiction to punish yourself, to hate yourself, to be sad, to hate your life. It is an addiction, and we feed this addiction with our decisions that we make every day. And recently, one situation with a person made me very angry, and I feel like this person need to love themselves and accept themselves, but I removed them from my life and they never will have opportunity to talk to me again. And if I remove people from my life, it's like forever. There's no exceptions. But I kind of want to leave message for them. I don't know if they were going to watch it. It doesn't matter. But I think it can be useful for many people. My knowledge, my experience, because I used to deal with this. I used to live with this for almost my entire life. And only recently I found way out of it, thanks to my therapist. And yeah, I just want to share my experience, how I switched from hating my life and being addicted to hate myself, to hate my life, to being sad, creating situations that keep me stuck in this loop of hating myself, hating my life, feeling sad, feeling like everything is horrible, and so on. And yeah, the situation that happened was very had big chance to bring me back to that state, and I declined. I said no, I'm not doing that. And you can do too. First, of course, I recommend therapy if it's possible, if it's available. I found an amazing therapist who was in school, so it was like free. It was like for her practice. So if you don't have money for therapy, you always can find like a student therapist, or I don't know what's your, how to say, I mean, you always can find a way if you want it. And I want to give you hope that it's possible, that it's working. If you want to change your life, you absolutely can, 100%. So, my story. I used to be very sad. I think I was depressed my entire life. I was crying almost every day, and I always was in relationship that made me suffer, made me sad, made me feel like I'm not enough, like I need to always prove something, like and I was always anxious that like this person won't choose me, they won't be with me if I want to perform a specific way, if I want dress up specific way, like do my hair a specific way. And it was the case. And I felt like it's the only option, like there is no other way, this is how life should be. But it's not. It's not, I promise you. And we don't realize that we are ourselves with our decisions, with our with people who we surround ourselves with the content that we consume, with words we speak. We create our reality, like your everyday, how you live your life, people you surround with, how they treat you, how you treat them, and how you treat yourself. It's all within your control. You can change that. And if you don't like how people treat you, you're absolutely free to choose not to communicate with them, to choose to at least tell them if you're not ready to like break connection, at least tell them that this is not how you want to be treated. And if they choose to keep treating you this way, then again, it's your choice to stay in this connection or not to stay. And it's about everything, about your job environment, about your family, about your partners, about your friends, everyone. This is called self-respect and self-worth. We're going to talk about it more, probably in next videos. I don't know how long this is going to be. But if you feel like you don't like your life, like you don't like yourself, and you want to change, but it's hard, it's impossible to change your entire life like this. It's not an option, okay? We're not doing that. We're slowly shifting. It's like will be safer for your mental health as well. Shifting into new version of ourselves. And first we need to choose what we want. We need to think about how we want our life to look like, how we want people to treat us. And again, if you, your entire life, hate yourself, hate people around you, hate your job, hate like everything, or like at least you're not happy, and you keep doing that, you might like think that there is a possibility that it's your choice. And unfortunately for many of us, sadness is, or like, yeah, being unhappy or like punishing yourself, you know, like hating yourself, gives us some kind of, not relief, but we're used to it. And it's a safe, not safe place, but it's like, how it's called, comfort zone. So first step is to admit that this is comforting for you. This is something you used to, and okay, this is just like how it was for me. I used to like being sad and I needed to admit it. And actually, first time somebody told me that I like crying and being sad, when somebody told me when I was a teenager. And I was like, I don't know. It's kind of like sounds true, but I wasn't ready to let go of it. And it took me probably like 15 years to start actually changing it. So it's okay, it can take time, but it will worth it. Again and again and again, I will repeat that it will worth it. And then after you admit that you're addicted to some like negative patterns in your brain, like negative thoughts, you can slowly, again, like you can't do it quickly, because if your nervous system is like used to it, changing it quick will be like really English is not English, and again, probably I should switch to Russian. Just stop speaking English at all. Yes. So it will be stress for your nervous system, right? We don't want that. You can start noticing patterns in your behavior that bring you more sadness, more like negative thoughts, right? We don't talk right now about changing your behaviors, because it comes after you change your what's inside here. It can be opposite, but I feel like it's way, it's not easier, but it's definitely will work if you change your pattern, your thought pattern, and then your behavior, because it will come naturally. If you change your behavior without changing your thoughts, you can come back to it. You know, you can like use, again, I forgot the word, it called when you can like force yourself doing things, you know, like when you don't want to wake up in the morning to do like exercise and you do it. How it called? I forgot. But you can like force yourself to like not communicate with specific people, to not smoke cigarettes or whatever. But we're talking about like emotional addictions right now. But yes, again and again and again, therapy first, the best. If therapy is not available or you don't want to do it, there's so many resources like books, YouTube videos, podcasts about all this stuff. And I'm so stressed right now. I'm so nervous. But that's okay. I really want to talk more about my experiences, how I changed my life, how I changed my, I would say, like, entire personality and my mindset in the past couple years. So I'm starting, and it's just the beginning. It shouldn't be perfect. It's okay. It's okay. So yeah, example, how to be kind to yourself. Because on the way, if you have a goal and you're dedicated and you really want to achieve it, sometimes on the way, I mean, 100% you will face challenges. It won't be easy. But what kept me going, what helped me a lot, is self-kindness, is forgiving myself for not doing enough, for not doing things that I thought I supposed to do. Giving myself permission to be exactly who I am. My English is not perfect, and that's okay. It's not my first language. And sometimes I don't know what to talk about. I don't prepare any, like script. And that's okay. I want it to be exactly as it is. And doesn't matter what you're dealing with. Is it like self-hate or like addiction or low self-esteem? Also, it's important to not just accept that you feel this way, but forgive yourself for the years that you suffered from, no matter what it is, And because when I realized that I was able to change it, I was punishing myself for not changing it earlier. But this is the way. This is how I learn, slowly but steady. I'm not sure if I described everything clearly, but I'm going to learn, because I know where I was before and I know where I am at right now, and it's two completely different persons. Like, absolutely. Like a couple years ago, if I would watch my videos, I would be shocked. I wouldn't believe. But here I am, and my goal is to help as many people as possible to not just believe in themselves, to be kinder to themselves, to accept themselves exactly as they are, to realize that they can change their life, improve it, but not through suffering, but through decision. And again, allowing themselves. The most important thing in changing your life is to allow yourself to change it. Because we hold on to our previous patterns that pretty often are unhealthy and painful and hard. We learn it from our parents, our friends, movies, like everything we see around us, we just like absorb it as sponges without understanding what's healthy and what's not. But again, you have free will and you can decide how you want your life to look like. If your life is a movie, then you decide if it's a scary movie, if it's a sad movie, if it's a fun movie, if it's a comedy, if it's art house, anything you want. And I know it can sound crazy, like, oh no, I can't change my life, there is this and that. And through my next videos, I will tell you my story, what I've been through, how I, like, from my point A to this point, what I've been through. And I think I'm a pretty good example of what I'm talking about, that you really can choose anything you want by just deciding. Because yes, you will need to act on it, but it comes after your decision that yes, you're ready. That's the only thing, like first step. Okay, we'll focus on it. First step is like, yes, you can. And I believe in you. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. If you watched the whole video, applause for you and for me. We did it. And I'm so proud of you. Love you so much and see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.